Right.
She's
Keke?
tough.
Tough character.
Yeah, she's tough. She's gritty. She's no nonsense. But, you know, you treat her well, she'll treat you well back.
Kiki, although Izzy is Alicia's her granddaughter, and there are physical similarities, Izzy still has to be a unique character. How did you bring out her youthful side and ensure her personality came to life?
Well, first, I'd like to say when it comes to Pixar and Disney, especially for this character, Izzy, who is so major in terms of representation, I appreciated how they really took the time with her hair and the differentiation between her character and her grandmother Alicia. They look different. They come from the same lineage. You can see the resemblance, but they're their own person, and that's also apparent in the attributes of her personality. Izzy has a lot of the same qualities that her grandmother had because she helped raise her. However, she has her own personal journey and experience, which I think we all can relate to when we're trying to reach back from what our parents gave us or what our legacy means to us, and how we're able to channel that into who we actually are and what we can bring to the table as individuals. So watching her go on that journey is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Taika, explain the consequences of Buzz's singular focus in the film.
So Buzz has this singular focus throughout the film, which is to accomplish his original mission, which is to manufacture the correct crystal so that they can achieve super light year space travel, and in doing so get his colony back home. And it's because of his big mistake that they're trapped on Takani Prime. So he's trying to rectify that. He's trying to make amends and atone for what he did. But every time he goes out, he travels around the star, and it takes him about 3 or 4 minutes. But every time he does that, for everyone back on Takani Prime, it takes about 4 years. So he goes out time and time again trying to fix this mistake. And as he does so, he misses out on a whole life. And he loses friends, and people grow old back on the planet, and that's a major sacrifice that he has to make. Is that he sees his life and what could have been pass him by because of this obsession.
Dale, you touched on this a little bit ago, but you play a rough around the edges character that is still incredibly likable. What's the trick to finding the balance?
That she's never she's never knowingly unkind or cruel. She's just annoyed and curmudgeonly and easily annoyed. But if she's straightforward. Just simple and straightforward. And she has a lot of skills, and she knows she has a lot of skills, and she knows how to use them. For instance, I have here a bobby pin, and I could probably get into any lock in the state of California with that bobby pin. But it's pretty legal,
I also have a pen. I've got this pen, and I think if I gave that to Dale, what she could do with that bobby pin and this pen.
Only, the saints preserve us. We don't know what would happen. And I think she likes the fact that she's accomplished at ingenuity. She does not have a lot of mathematical learning, but she understands the physics principles and knows how to apply them in such a way that she can take any 3 things and make them do something that they wouldn't have done before, shall we say. It'll be good.
What is your Toy Story connection, story, or anecdote?
Anecdote. Toy Story. Okay, here's my anecdote.
Oh, I said that wrong. Sorry, I haven't had
it. For a while now, I've been talking about the first time I watched Toy Story, and been talking about how when I was a kid, how it affected me, and growing up having watched Toy Story was a big deal. In actual fact, I realized I wasn't a child at all. I was 20 years old when I first saw it. So So I mean, I don't know either. I'm just like I've forgotten most of what's happened before the year 2005, or the film was so good it affected me on a level where it unlocked my inner child, and and that's what the great power of the Pixar films. Doesn't matter what your age, it taps into that little boy or little girl or that young person within you.
I mean, I think like with Disney and Pixar, their films always mean more as they grow. They have multiple different meanings to them. And for me, when it comes to Toy Story, all I think about is how no matter how old you grow, how time moves on and the same things, maybe you don't use them every day or they don't mean what they used to mean to you. What they gave you is always going to be there. And that's what it was with Andy and his toys, the creativity he was able to share with the toys, the memories that he had with them when he moved and he lost them and he got them back. And they were always there to remind him that that part of him still lives on. And I think I always try to hold on to that piece of me, as I continue to grow. I always try to hold on to that childlike nature, you know what I mean? The side of me that's not afraid to explore.
So important and so hard to do in the face of sort of a lot of the realities of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard.
And Dale, did you want to comment on the Toy Story connection?
Oh, well, the Toy Story. I love Woody. Always did, always will. And I am probably affectionately drawn to Buzz, always in the sense of he so wants to do good. It's a kind of almost matronly, motherly kind of a feeling as a grown up when I saw it. I'm old enough. I was probably in my mid 40s or or more. So yeah, Woody essentially, but Buzz also, but in a little bit different way. That's all.